I grew up in a small village called Chebara. It is in Kuresoi South in Keringet. That is where my parents live. I was born in a humble background. My father and my mother are farmers. I used to run to school when I was 4 years, 5 years, and it was 4 kilometers away. So it was, I was running and come back alone when I was 5 years old, because my mother and my father could not afford like escorting me to school and ananirudisha nyumbani. So I had to walk alone to school and come back alone. Na kulikuwa na baridi pia, and then we didn't have shoes. So I was going to school barefooted when I was 5 years. And then that is normal life for normal young girls inside the village. And with the background of my family, they could not afford to just have very good shoes like this I have today. So it has been long journey, Donald. That is where I started in Chebara, going to school and coming back until grade 1, where I decided to, my sister came home and told my mother, okay, now that I have a home, she was married, that she said, okay, I want somebody to go and stay with her. So let me go with Faith, and I will stay with her. Na nitampea kila kitu, ataenda shule where I used to go. So it was very close. So penye my sister alikuwa anaishi na shule penye nilikuwa nasoma, it was very close. Actually, mimi ni kama I find my own ways after penye nilienda kuishi na my sister. It seems like I find my own ways. Venye nilianza kukimbia hizo za shule, nikapata coach alikuwa anaitwa Charles Ngeno. Akanidiscover akasema, hey, this young girl can be a very good athlete. So ningeenda school competition nianze kukimbia ya Omanya la 100 meters, 200 meters, paka 10,000 meters. Na yote sikuwa na win. Nilikuwa na kuna wasichana walikuwa even stronger than me, lakini sijui walienda wapi. So zingine nilikuwa nakuwa number 2, zingine number 3. And then huyo coach akakuja kunidiscover, akaniambia, because at the moment sina camp. So what we will be doing, you will be staying in your sister house, alafu unakuja tu ni kucoach. So where my coach was staying, his house was about 10 kilometers away. So I had to run from my sister's place to coach place, alafu niende nipatane na training nyingine huko na nirudi tena kukimbia to my sister's place, because ilikuwa we were still young. That is 20 kilometers. Na unaenda kupata ingine huko. So you cover around 30 kilometers. My coach alini support sana. So nilikuwa naenda huko, akiona nimekava distance mingi ananileta na pikipiki paka home. But I really thank him a lot. Juu penye hatukuwa na anything home, I had to struggle to find my own ways. Nikapata huyu coach. Alafu unajua training pia inataka food. So singekimbia 10 kilometers from my sister's place to the camp, alafu nirudi empty stomach. So nilikuwa nakuja penye na pick simu, nachukua mkate, nakula ndikienda. Yeah, I started running professionally 2010. I was still young girl, coming from the village without shoes, without Nike shoes, without spikes. Nilikuwa na ile ya Mungu tu. So 2010 nilikimbia hapa Huru Garden, nikakata team ya kwenda Poland, World Cross Country Juniors. So nilikuwa 16 years by then. So kwenda nyuma nilikuwa nimekata team 209. Nilikuwa 15 years. Nikaambiwa you are still young, inabidi mama yako na baba yako wakuruhusu uende ngambo. So my dad akasema, she's still very young, 15 years, sitaruhusu aende ngambo. Nikapaki tu hivyo. 2010 sasa nikakata hiyo ya Poland. Nikasema hii nikiambiwa mimi ni mdogo ni kama nitalusob. So 2016 nikakata timu ya kwenda World Cross Country Poland. Nikaenda kukimbia World Cross Country nikakuwa number 4. So that was my first international race. Na nakumbuka nikienda huko I was a very young girl. Sijui airport, sijui escalator inapandwa aje. I remember nikichukua bag zangu, you know, ukiingia Kenya timu unapewa hizi bag kubwa kubwa. So it was my first time unaona trolley, at the same time unaona escalator inaenda. So nikajiuliza how am I going to carry these bags mpaka huko juu? And then I told my friend mwenye tulienda na yeye for the first time, sasa kitu yenye iko tutasukuma hii trolley ingia kwa hii escalator itubebe mpaka huko juu. I didn't, yale hakuna kitu yenye ilikuwa inaniambia kuna lift yenye unaweza ingia na trolley. So tukaenda hiyo escalator ile penye iliturusha. It was so funny. It was so funny. So nikaambia my friends, so watu wenye walikuwa hapa chini, team managers, wakashanga what is happening. Because you know we are young, we don't know what to do. Tukaamua tu kuamilia hiyo trolley mpaka huko juu. Penye tulifika huko juu sasa vitu ikaenda vizuri, tukaenda kucheck in. I remember that terminal until today. Hapo airport penye ilichomeka, it was really funny. Yeah. What is still in my mind and it will remain in my heart is that young girl running barefoot. Because you know, if you can run barefoot and today you are running with spikes, you are given like 5 pairs of spikes and you can choose which one to use. It normally touches my heart, like if I can have these 5 pairs of shoes, na nilianza without it. You know, I just feel every time I go to the track and think of, you know, I've came from far running barefoot and now I'm running with spikes and winning medals and breaking records. It's still in my heart. My routine is very tough. Every morning when I wake up, I start praying God to give me health, to stay strong, to finish the day in a good way. So my routine starts at 5:40 a.m. I take my bag, nachukua bag yangu, naeka nguo za mazoezi. I get into my car, I go to training. Where my coach Patrick and Eliud are now I join, whether it is in Kaptagat or in Kipchoge. So we normally have different tracks to go. So I go to training 6 in the morning until 7. And then 7, I take breakfast, kila chai na mkate. And then at around 10, we have exercise, or let's say it's on a Monday or Wednesday. We have the exercise at 10. At around 11:30, we have lunch. Let's say 11:30 to 12, we have lunch. In the afternoon, around 3, we have Israel, which is about 10 kilometers. You can... Nilijua tu mutacheka because I know 10K is not easy for you guys. That is very hard. So for us, we do about 20 kilometers in the morning. And then in the afternoon, we do 10 kilometers. That is easy run. And then in Gioni, it's time for supper and rest. So we either take a book and read, or you just go to bed and sleep. Wait for the next morning. Yes, the same. Well, I can say what differentiates me is discipline. I think if I was not disciplined since I was a young girl, I could have ended up having 5 children or 10 children. So I think discipline has driven me to where I am today. And being patient is the most important thing. The records you saw last year, the record you saw this year have been like being patient about it and just training for it, working hard for it and being disciplined and just focusing myself to one goal, which is I want to achieve this. I think for me, when the age comes, you have to move from one distance to another, especially when it comes to sprint. You can't stay in 1500 for long. You have to move for a longer distance because the age also is catching up, So I have to introduce my legs that this is the way to go. You have to move from 1500 to 5000 and then going to marathon in future. Maybe you will see me in marathon in future. So I think it's solely the mindset. You have to just set your mind that I'm moving from 1500 to 5000 and I still have to achieve what I have achieved in 1500 before moving to the other distance. So I think it's really the mind tuning. In everything you do, you must know how to handle pressure. Pressure comes from every corner. You are a champion. You are Olympic champion 2 times. We are waiting for the third one. You have to put, kusima masikio. You know how to sima masikio. Na hii maneno ya kusema kuanguka nayo, you just leave it aside. So you only be yourself. Because if watu wakikuja very close to you, you will lose focus. Because if you give yourself pressure, you will not perform. So normally I just watch funny movies. I try to relax. I try to laugh. I'm always a smiling queen. And I got the name. So I normally try to smile and just remove everything in my mind and just focus that this is history. And also remembering the next generation. How many young girls in this country are looking up to me? My daughter, Aline. It's like, Mom, are you going to bring the gold medal today? Because I remember when I was in Paris Olympics, I started with the 5,000. And with the 5,000, it was with a lot of drama. And then I got the silver medal. That evening, I didn't sleep. My daughter cried the whole night. Because she was like, Mom, what happened? You got the silver, I want the gold. So she cried the whole night, but the following day I had the hits of 1500. So I had I have to put myself I have to do this. I have to make my country proud. I want to make my daughter proud. And also to show the next generation that everything is possible. No matter the background of your family you are coming in, you can still do what you can do in this world. So the next morning I went to 1500 hits, but I was exhausted. About the drama happened in the 5000, you are running with the yellow card. I ran the whole race with the whole yellow card because what happened in the 5000, it said I was the cause of everything. So I ran with the yellow card and I was like, oh my goodness, it seems I'm going to give up. But I had very good friends of mine. I had my management, my coach was there, my mentor, Eliud Kipchoge, was there. I was so lucky. So they came together and told me, what has happened has happened. Just focus yourself that the third gold medal in Olympics will be a big, big history. Then I was like, okay, you guys are talking. Let me just put myself together and just focus for this that medal. And that is how I came out of the trouble and everything. Yeah. Well, for me, Donald, I'm not done yet. I still want to do I still want to do a lot. I still want to inspire young girls. I still want to still inspire many women out there. I inspire my own sister. Where I was living when I was younger, now she's running half marathon. So I used to encourage my sister that this thing might change our background, might change our family status. And my sister had a baby at that time. But I told her, a baby will not stop you in what you want to do. So she stopped breastfeeding her baby and started training. So that's why, Donald, I'm saying I still have a lot in my tank that I want to still motivate young girls and women to know that everything is possible. You can wake up today and achieve what you want tomorrow. So success is only from hard work and being disciplined and working hard for it. Well, I will say my heroes are my parents, my father, my mother, and my brothers for laying a very good foundation for me to be successful today. Kama aingekuwa my father na my mother, I went to several primary schools. After kupata huyo coach Charles, nilienda to different primary schools. Paka yenye nilimalizia, I didn't tell you that. So my mother and my father are the heroes. Tunakumbuka my father na my mother alikuja kunichapa kwa my sister. Knowing that walikuwa wananitafutia life, kurudi shule, niende nisome. Because I told you I was mujanja. Angenipeleka shule boarding school. I could pretend like I'm going to buy milk, but I'm just going back home. So that's why my parents are heroes, because walikuwa wanakuja wananirudisha boarding school, ninarudi nyumbani wananirudisha. So I didn't know walikuwa wananitafutia a place to train and focus and maybe one day be Olympic champion or world champion. My husband has been supporting husband. He has been supporting me all through since we met. He was an Olympian as well. He was after, the 2012 Olympic Games in London. He ran with Rhodesia. He was number 3. So that is where we met. Okay, you will finish the other story. So that is where we met, and I was still in school as well. So we tried to fanya classes yetu, That's why I told you guys, if I was not disciplined from from younger age until now, you can plus. So that is where we met. We met in 2012, and my husband has been really, really supportive. For me, where I've learned from and where I've come from, money will not define who I am. With the money I have, I try to do what is necessary. Nike really dresses me very well. I don't need to buy clothes. So I do other things to support my family, to support my siblings, and also to know athletics is not for longer term. I need to invest at the moment, and I need to know, and I want to do something which people will know Faith have done this during when she was running, when she was still strong. I really, really thank my mentor, Vivian Cheria. Vivian, since I saw her, she was a young girl like me. She was also very short like me. And she's still short, she's not. So, Vivian have been like really good mentor. She have been telling me that, career, this running is not for long time. You have to invest and do other things. Yeah. One message I will leave you guys with is just make your dreams be valid. And just be disciplined in what you do. Be a hard worker. If you can wake up in the morning and just drive yourself, ukifika jioni, you are like exhausted. You just feel like sleeping and wake up in the morning feeling fresh. Just push yourself to the limit.